going, everyone? Ajax the Mister here, and we have another exciting episode of Tokyo Ghoul Re to get underway. Of course, it would not be a Tokyo Ghoul review without some Naruto references from Studio Cloud. We have one of the, but not bodyguards, but like, you know, one of the people that kind of look up to the Tsukiyama family. You have one of them just dive bombing Kijima with his hands, like, you know, clapping together like, Kochi Yose no Jutsu! And he's just like dive bombing straight into the guy. Basically kamikaze in a way, because the guy knew that he was done. Like, he knew he wasn't gonna do anything, so he was praying to all the gods in the Ghoul verse to, like, you know, have mercy on his soul. And that was it. He was done. He was done at that point. But on a more serious note, we do get some very touching moments with Tsukiyama and his bodyguards, because again, I don't remember their names, so to speak. I do know that they're like the bodyguards that we've been seeing for the past few episodes, basically trying to do work in the Tsukiyama, you know, name. But of course, some of them get captured, and then some of them get the crap beat out of them and tortured and like, honestly, if you sign up to be a bodyguard for the Tsukiyama family, you best sign your own death warrant, because the whole bodyguard or the whole servant list for that family is just, I would not want to be in their occupation. Let's just go with that, because this whole season has just been destroying all of these characters. But at least we got a very, very touching moment where Tsukiyama realizes that two of his bodyguards are leaving him and they are not bringing their mask. And I like how he notices that instead. It's not something like, you know, he can sense their, you know, will to live not being there, or their chakra seems weaker. It's something that he actually notices physically. He sees them going into the thick of battle, the heat of battle, without a mask. And the whole point of wearing a mask in Tokyo Ghoul is so that society doesn't know your true identity, because once they do, they're gonna send the CCG on that ass. And for these guys, they weren't going in without any mask, and that pretty much says that they're going into this fight to risk their lives. And Tsukiyama begged these people to be like, yo, promise me you'll come back. And there's no nakama BS in this. That's why I like Tokyo Ghoul. And hell, maybe that's why I like the whole seinen genre of anime and manga in general, is because you don't get this cliche shonen stuff where just because you have a close relationship with someone or you have the power of friendship, that doesn't mean you're gonna survive throughout the hardships that the story has left to tell. These characters are most likely gonna die, and that's honestly the sad part of this whole thing. We don't know who's gonna live, we don't know who's gonna die, because right now, everything's going up in flames. So again, I like the stakes in Tokyo Ghoul. You never know who's gonna kick the bucket next, and you never really know which character is gonna be the one to kill off one of your faves, because for all we know, the airhead girl was gonna annihilate all the bodyguards in this episode. Which, by the way, there was one scene with the airhead girl, which, I mean, I have a picture somewhere here. She just looked more stupid than usual. Like, at least the scenes where we've seen her before, you kind of got the vibe that she was kind of, you know, not that much going up there. But you could tell that she was somewhat really strong. She has a distinct hair color. She has to be mad powerful. But there's this one scene in this episode where it's just a freeze frame of her face, and you see Kijima in the background somewhat smiling in the same manner, but at least you could say like, hey, he's a psychopath. Of course he's smiling like a lunatic. But with her, it just looks so stupid. I don't know, like, it really does make it seem like as if Uri noticed something that was painfully obvious. This girl is an airhead. She's adult. She doesn't got that much going up here, and we even got some characterization with her, with you know, her looking up to Arima and whatnot. So that was kind of cool to see there. But still, airhead through and through. As that battle's starting to take place, we switch over to Tsukiyama, about to encounter Sasaki, and he's telling him like, yo, bro, get the F out of here with that BS. I am not surrendering myself to you or the CCG. I don't give a crap if you used to be Ken Kaneki. And I love Tsukiyama for that, because he realized my entire family, all the friends that I cared about, they are risking their lives. Some of them have already risked their lives to ensure that the Tsukiyama family, the name, lives on and goes beyond just what is happening right now. And for the audacity to Sasaki even ask Tsukiyama to bend the knee, to bend the knee in the terms of Game of Thrones to the CCG. I just love how Tsukiyama just spat in his face and was like, yo, bro, hell no. You're gonna have to take me in a body bag if you want me to go with you guys. And I gotta give the guy props. He made a complete 180 in character from the previous seasons of Tokyo Ghoul, and not a lot of characters can do that in most stories of fiction in general. But then we go back to the pink-haired girl having her, you know, 1v... Actually, not even 1v5. It was like a 3-5 or something. They had a lot of investigators there versus just 2 bodyguards. And she was kind of getting her ass whooped for the most part. Again, she's part of Arima's squad, but it even shows that, hey, just because you're part of the god Arima's squad doesn't mean that you're invulnerable. And even though she got a damn hole impaled through her chest, she's still running around and kicking as if she's a ghoul herself. And then she brings out the big gun. She brings out a damn railgun Kagune. Or not Kagune, the Quinka. And I'm like, yo, bro, the more of these abilities are becoming more and more sci-fi as the series progresses. Because at least you can rationalize with the other weapons. Like, okay, I mean, they're weapons. They're like melee type of weapons for the most part. Some are projectiles, but they're within the realm of reality. You know, you have your sides, your swords, your bats, whatever Amon had. They're within the realms of reality, at least that was established in Tokyo Ghoul. But then she brings up some quink that's like from like 2 centuries in the future, got a damn railgun ready to blast the crap out of these characters. But one hilarious scene that came from this, she fired the thing, and one of the bodyguards was able to, you know, deflect it somewhat. And another one jumped up. And I don't know if this is a mistranslation or something, or maybe the official dub will change what he says, but basically, he got cut in half by the railgun Quink. And he's basically dive bombing towards the investigator saying, oh, I don't need my torso. Like, I don't know. That just to me was so freaking hilarious. The choice of words, like, I understood what he was trying to say. He was saying like, yo, bro, you can do what you want in my body, but eventually I'm gonna get to you and do what my job entails me to do. And I know that was the vibe they were trying to go with, but just the choice of words, at least in the subs that I watched, they were just more comedic than serious. The guy's just saying, I don't need my torso, as if it's like, dude, like it's plastic. I never had a torso to begin with. I've been a person just from the, you know, chest up my entire life. What you just sawed off was just a very cheaply made prosthetic out of, like, you know, I don't know, fiberglass or some crap. That's the way it came off to me. But again, let me know if you guys got that vibe at all from that scene. But hey, that bodyguard actually did some pretty heavy damage. He was able to get Kijima to drop his own saw blade on his own freaking head, and I'm like, dude, holy crap. I know that was not censored in the manga. I believe it wasn't. If it was, you could definitely see a lot more than what the anime showed, but man, what a hell of a way to go, because it just didn't stop there. Like, all these bodyguards were just slicing and dicing this guy into pieces, and it was at this point the man Furuta himself finally revealed his true colors. When one of those bodyguards started coming in with her Kagune, he just, you know, tossed one of the other guards, or one of the other CCG members, right in front of him to take the blow. It was kind of comedic because he's like, oops, that wasn't me, but it really was me. I'm showing my true colors right now. And it's crazy. Like, we're not really going to get that much from Furuta until later on, but at least, you know, the fandom somewhat got spoiled a little bit from the anime intro, because it kind of showed that there's more to this guy than meets the eye. With that ominous glare he gives in the opening, it's more than just what he's portraying himself in the actual anime itself, where he's just all smiles and giggles and yes sir and no ma'am. Like, no, Furuta's one crazy dude. So yeah, can't wait to see where that character's gonna go later on, because I don't remember if he has any other big roles to play in this arc, but I could be wrong. I might be surprised in the next episode. But that was still, you know, pretty awesome to see Furuta's true colors. And we even got to see a little bit of Noto action. He's one of those ghouls that from the very beginning of Tokyo Ghoul, he always fascinated me, but I don't think they really even did anything with him in the grand scheme of things. Like, I know in the, you know, manga, he kind of just goes off with a whimper, at least from what I'm remembering, because at least in Tokyo Ghoul, he just seemed like this insane, mysterious ghoul that was like crazy powerful, because no matter what you did to him, the guy just kept regenerating limbs and body parts and whatnot, and he was doing that in this episode. So it's nice to at least see that part of Noro once again, but I don't think he's really gonna go anywhere. Again, I could just be blatantly wrong. Maybe something big did happen to him in the manga, but from what I remember, it's like with a lot of other characters in Tokyo Ghoul, they just kind of go off with a whimper and you don't really see that much from them after that. So I'm hoping maybe the anime does more justice to this character, because again, this is one of the guys that really got me hooked into Tokyo Ghoul with the whole mystery. You know, you had Dr. Kano or Kanao, however you want to pronounce it. You had the one-eyed ghoul. You had the V organization. And then you also had Noro. At least for me, Noro fell into that category, one of those mysterious ghouls that I always wondered, like, who is he? Why is he so powerful? Why doesn't he speak? Why? Like, so many questions stacking up. So hopefully we get some more insight on him as well in the anime. And then we finally wrap things up with the rooftop battle between Sasaki, Tsukiyama, and a third player. That's right, we also got Roswald jumping in, expressing his true feelings to Tsukiyama, there to really get rid of Kaneki, because deep down he knows that Sasaki and Kaneki also, mostly Kaneki, but Sasaki as well, because that's his body, he hates him. He hates him with all his passion, because he's the one thing that's standing in his way to get a little bit closer to Tsukiyama, if you get my drift. But yeah, all jokes aside, I want to say that they have a very deep friendship, Roswald and Tsukiyama. So aside from that, we saw a very climactic battle with Sasaki getting chokeholded from Roswald, and then he's like, yo bro, get off of me, and he kicks his head right off of his damn shoulders. I thought that was insanely badass, because right now he's starting to wake up the Ken Kaneki from inside of himself that we all want to see. I want to see it. The fans want to see it. Oh man, this episode, the next episode that's about to come up, episode 12, I am super excited to see how they're gonna wrap things up with this series, or at least this season of Re, because we also have, of course, season 2 coming up, or season 4, depending on how you want to count it, coming out in October of this year. So hopefully things end off in a badass way with amazing emotion and whatnot. And I'm also hoping that it doesn't have some BS Route A ending where they completely changed what happened in the manga, or rather, they just didn't show what happened in the manga. That's what they really changed in Route A. There were a lot of other factors that they did change, but the biggest one that hit home the hardest for most manga readers, most fans of Tokyo Ghoul, was the fight between Arima and Kaneki. We didn't get that in Route A, so I'm hoping we get the fight that's about to come in next episode of Re, episode 12. But let me know what you all think in the comments below. What are you most excited about? How far lost do you think Roswald is, especially after being insanely tortured and brutalized by Eto? What's Eto's endgame? Why is she picking on Roswald? Poor old Roswald. He just wants the Tsukiyama love from Shu, and he just can't get any. He always has to sacrifice it to Sasaki. What do you think is going to happen with Sasaki? Do you think he's going to awaken his inner Ken Kaneki? Is Ken Kaneki going to be the Super Saiyan of the series, where he has to be repressed every now and then whenever Sasaki gets into a bind, the Ken Kaneki Super Saiyan comes out? Just a little fun that I want to throw out there for those of you that only watch the anime. But yeah, let me know what you thought of the episode in the comments below. Thumbs up the video if you enjoyed it. Click that dumb bell next to the subscribe button so you can stay up to date with all my videos whenever I upload them. And don't forget to stay beautiful. I'm Ajax the Mister, and as always, folks, thanks for watching and have a great day.